we're gonna do a pay-per-view review. This is Jacob Cast 2024. Make sure you guys hit that like button, leave a comment, please subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comments if you guys want to see more. Enjoy this video. I'll make this like an hour and 10 minutes. I'll make this pretty quick. We're going to do the WWE Saturday Night Main Event. The pay-per-view was in the book. It just went off the air an hour ago. We will talk about the show. We'll talk about the matches that took place. We'll talk about the 5-match card that we got, and then we'll go into some of the podcasters. My video was sponsored by Solomon, Alex, JD from New York, BC Amplified, Comment, No DQ, and Salcedo, and Fightful. I got more on the way, so hit that like button. Enjoy this video. Now yesterday we already talked about SmackDown and the news and rumors. Now we're gonna talk about the pay-per-view. Saturday Night Main Event, Long Island, New York. Now this show was 2 hours. I thought the show was fine. It was decent, a pretty good show. Wasn't perfect. If the show was 2 hours, we had a lot of commercial break throughout the pay-per-view. It felt like your average Monday Night Raw or SmackDown show. Triple H gives Cody Rhodes something special for the Saturday Night Main Event, and that is the Win Eagle. You guys know Cody Rhodes brought the Win Eagle back. Kevin Owens graffiti Cody Rhodes' banner. We got the retro. The return of Jesse the Body Ventura makes an epic return after 15 years. I thought he was great. I think he was on commentary with Pat McAfee and Michael Cole. The show opened up with Sami Zayn and Drew McIntyre. Decent match. Thought the match was fine. Drew McIntyre got the win as predicted. It was an okay match. Io Sky and Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship. Morgan retained, obviously. Pat McAfee returned to WWE. Had a big reaction. Now we knew Liv Morgan was going to retain here against Liv Morgan. Now we did get Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. Rhea come calling for Liv. Now the feud not over, going to continue. Now I think we will get this at the Royal Rumble. Maybe we'll get it on the debut of when Raw goes to Netflix. Maybe. We'll have to wait and see what happens. What do you guys think? Obviously I don't want to see. I'm just waiting for the feud to end. If we gotta go through another month of Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, oh, I hope not. I don't want to see it. I have no interest. I think I'm done. I think the feud ran in court. Now Liv Morgan beat Io Sky. It was just a one-off. It was just a filler feud for this Saturday Night Main Event. So match was alright. It was decent. You know, obviously if you're gonna continue, we'll see what happens on Monday Night Raw. I think Raw will be live this week. I can't wait to see what happens here. Anyway, so after we got that there down, the third match of the night, we got Gunther versus Damian Priest versus Finn Balor. That was a very good match. It was decent. Gunther did retain as predicted. I think he pinned Priest or the Balor. I don't know, I forgot. I will go through the match and how the match was, but that was fine. We did get Chelsea Green defeated Michin. Chelsea Green becomes the first ever women's U.S. champion. She's the first woman mid-card champion in WWE. Match was whatever, it was solid. She celebrated with Piper Niven. I think we all knew Chelsea was going to win. It was pretty obvious. Chelsea deserved it. Her character, her gimmick, she worked so hard for this. I'm curious to see what she's going to do with the belt. We got the main event, Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens. Cody Rhodes makes an entrance with the Win Eagle. That was the gift for Triple H. That was the surprise. Cody Rhodes came out with the Win Eagle title. I thought it was great. Got a big pop for that. Cody Rhodes came out with the Win Eagle. I thought that was awesome. Cody Rhodes arrived with the gifts. I wonder if it's gonna be for a one-off. What do you guys think about the Wind Eagle that Cody Rhodes wore tonight during the ring? Is that gonna be? Is that only for tonight? Is it only for a Saturday night main event, or is it temporary for this night, or is it gonna be permanent? Like, are we gonna see Cody Rhodes on SmackDown? Are we gonna see him carry that belt around? I'm okay with that because most of the belts look the same on the main roster. So maybe changing the WWE title. I think I'll be fine with that. So as we see Jesse Ventura, Drew McIntyre beats Sami Zayn. Liv and Io are going bananas in the championship match. Match was very good. I think we all know who's next for Liv Morgan. Gunther is absolutely one of a kind. What an ending. He pinned Finn Balor as I predicted. Man, that was a great match. Chelsea Green did deserve it. Cody Rhodes making the win eagle. He retained. He actually did the RKO in this match. Kevin Owens executed a package power driver. Now these are the other podcasters that were doing this. Now apparently they did some angle. Kevin Owens attacked Cody Rhodes after the main event, after the show went off the air. Did this really happen? He hit a power driver on Cody Rhodes? So is this feud going to continue? I hope not. I think they've been feuding long enough. I don't think we need to see it again because these two have been feuding since August. Because they had the massive bash in Berlin. Then he, Kevin Owens turned heel after Bad Blood. Then he had a feud with Randy Orton and he took out Orton. And if you were Cody Rhodes for a bit, the feud should be over. It should be done. We don't need another match. I think 2 matches is fine. Especially after we lost. But who knows? Unless they bring back Randy Orton, and Randy Orton can take care of Kevin Owens. I hope that's what they're leading to. Alright, so I just want to make sure I got everything here. Alright. Now let's see what the podcast have to say about this. Okay, come on. That's reasonable. Good my work commentary.
Littlest things, you gotta run right to YouTube and make a video. Tony Storm at her first match on Rampage. Let's make a video about how stupid Tony Khan is. I don't have time for that. So with this situation, I'm hoping it just gets resolved. Because I don't want to see Penta sit around for 8 months either. So the quicker the Lucha Bros can get to WWE, the better. So I think with Tony Khan, he needs to understand at some point, light bulb needs to go off in his crazy fucking head and say, he ain't staying. They're gone regardless. Either way, the Lucha Brothers are going to WWE. It's up to me if I can one.
Alright. That's Spoon. Oh.
You think your autograph is worth $200?
It probably takes value away from whatever.
Right, exactly.
Napkin.
What?
For certain, Hangman and Omega against the Young Bucks. That was incredible. Sting's last match. Getting to see that was an honor.
I wasn't there for that one. I wish I was.
Well, we got no. We read that. We read that. Phil says, proud of Chelsea becoming champion. She deserves this. It's the most confident Gunther's looked in a while. Intrigued to see where his road is from here. I want the Winged Eagle title. Man, I gotta admit, it's got me being like,
Kiss.
SmackDown's going to go 3.
Now let's see what Solomon had to say about. Let's see what Jason Solomon had to say about the Saturday Night main event.
Back on NBC for the first time in many years, and as a longtime fan, I was more excited for this show than I was going into War Games a couple weeks ago. That's how excited I was for the retro feel, the throwback elements, the return of Jesse the Body Ventura to the broadcast team. I was very much looking forward to this show tonight for all of those elements. And it's a good thing I was, because now that the show is over and people are going to have a lot of opinions about the matches themselves and the outcomes of the various matches. Saturday night's main event was very much like Survivor Series this year. The only thing missing were the 2 War Games matches. They played it safe. There were no title changes on the show. There were really no major angles on the broadcast portion of the show. I'm going to get to some breaking news here in a second. And there's going to be a lot of people who are very upset about that. And I'm not saying that I wasn't disappointed by that, because I was. And I was hoping we would get at least one title change on this show. But if you look back at the history of Saturday night's main event, it wasn't a show where you got a lot of title changes. Right? You would get the occasional one every now and then. But it was known for shooting major angles. A lot of major angles and turns happened on Saturday night's main event over those many years. I was hoping for something like that tonight. And the closest thing we got was an angle that actually took place off the air. It was something that didn't even air on the actual show tonight. But if this felt like a glorified house show, because it was. Saturday night's main event was a glorified house show tonight on NBC. And if you were not overly impressed with the show, or if you didn't really care much about the nostalgic throwback elements of the show and just looked at it for what it was, I can see where you would be disappointed. I can see where you might feel a little let down by what you got tonight, because it was very basic. Got some good wrestling. But again, we get good wrestling on TV every single week. We get wrestling on TV even better than what we got tonight, because they were very limited. You can tell a lot of the matches, there were time constraints. They had a certain hard out for the end of the show. Right? No big overrun. They weren't going to get that on NBC. So we had some matches that I think would have benefited from being 5 minutes longer than they were. So you had a lot of that up and down the card. But got to talk about this main event first. The WWE Championship. Cody Rhodes was teasing something. Triple H and Cody Rhodes, they put a video out a few days ago where Triple H said he was going to allow Cody this very special gift for one night only. Wouldn't say what it was, but it was pretty clear what it was. And Cody has been very vocal ever since he came back to WWE about wanting to bring back the Winged Eagle Championship. Title you see over my shoulder, the one on the left right there, not the Big Eagle, the Winged Eagle. The title that he grew up on. The title that I grew up on from 1988 to 1990. They just don't make championships today like they used to. And he was arguing for it, fell on deaf ears for so long. And finally, Cody was able to get exactly what he wanted, because tonight, Cody Rhodes, in all of his glory, soared like an eagle. There it is. Around his waist, the classic championship held by Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage, Ric Flair, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, even Stone Cold Steve Austin, at least for one night. Well, technically two. There was in all of its glory. I mean, come on. You can honestly tell me the championships they have today in this company are better than this. I'd call you a liar. Oh, I was so happy
when Cody walked out. Now, the only little nitpick I have about it is the fact that they clearly used a replica belt off of WWE shop. You know, I was hoping I know, they'd have to make a new one with the new logo and everything, but it's kind of hoping they go back in their warehouse and grab one of the old ring belts, let them go out there with that. I mean, I could just look at the title and tell. They just said, hey, go to the warehouse where we got all the WWE shop stuff. Just go grab a Winged Eagle replica. Doesn't even have to be the nicest one. We got to give it to Cody for Saturday night's main event. But even still, I was very happy to see him with that championship. No title change. I didn't think it was going to happen because that's why I picked Cody in my predictions. But I was hoping to be wrong, and I was hoping Kevin Owens would pull out a shocking win on this show, and he would leave Long Island as the WWE champion. Shake things up a little bit, make Cody chase for it. Where does Randy Orton fit into all this when he gets back, right? You get all these questions now. And I would have been happy for Owens also just to get that moment. And they didn't do that. We also got no Randy Orton return. I thought tonight might be a perfect time for him to show his face, and he wasn't on the show either. We're going to have to wait a little bit longer to get his return. Although, given what happened after the show, now we know why. When the show was over, Cody was in the ring. This is what you missed. Cody was in the ring, and he was celebrating with the Winged Eagle Championship, and Kevin Owens attacked him from behind. And Kevin Owens has every right to be upset because Cody cheated. Even though Kevin introduced a chair into the match, the chair factored into the finish. Cody gave him a Cody cutter, gave him a crossroads, and then pinned him. He gave him a crossroads on the belt. Referee didn't see it. There were so many ref bumps in this match, I thought for a second I was watching a Jeff Jarrett main event in the old TNA days. That's how Cody retained the championship. So Kevin Owens, not going to let that stand. He attacked Cody from behind when the match was over. Again, this was all off the air, and he gave him not just a pile driver. He made up for the pile driver he gave to Randy Orton that looked like shit. He gave him an old school Kevin Steen package pile driver right in the middle of the ring. Spiked him right on his head and left with the Winged Eagle Championship, which is now in possession of Kevin Owens, which I don't think bodes very well for the future of said replica Winged Eagle belt. But he left with the championship. Not only did he leave with the championship, but he got into a bit of a tiff with Triple H on his way back. Triple H came out, and he gave Owens a shove a few times and was very hot and very angry about what happened and ordered him to the back. So Triple H came out. He wasn't very happy. It's a heavy angle. And I don't think it was a case where they ran out of time. I think this was very similar to Bad Blood. How did this all kick off? It kicked off with an off-air angle that got people talking on social media. Millions upon millions of views. Kevin Owens attacking Cody Rhodes outside of his tour bus. That's what this was. They wanted to get people talking. Apparently WWE, they've already posted the video up on their own Twitter page. This will be shared like wildfire. It will get millions and millions of views in the next 24 hours. And this is what they will be talking about on TV this week. But it would have been nice to get that angle on TV. That would have been in the vein of the old Saturday night's main event, where you shoot a major angle on the show. And unfortunately, we didn't get to see it as part of the actual broadcast. But both the men's and the women's world champions also walked out with their championship belts. No title changes there. And so it's on to the next challengers for Gunther, whoever that's going to be. And for Liv Morgan, we already know who that's going to be because she came out and went face-to-face with her, and that is Rhea Ripley. So we know that match is coming up very soon. I think that if you watch this show and you were looking for, you're a longtime fan, old school fan, and you were looking forward to the throwback elements, I think you probably came away from the show enjoying that more than anything else. And at least for that, like, it was a fun night for me. I think without that, I would have been a lot more negative on the show. Even though the wrestling was good, I was hoping for something more, but I enjoyed the throwback elements. It opened with Obsession. Didn't come right on the air with it, but they did use the Obsession song. They did also transition into the Jim Johnston Saturday Night's Main Event theme, which they used as background music for several segments on the show. No old school interviews. You know what? Actually, I was disappointed in, given that they were going all the way with the retro elements. I thought for sure. Look, they even did this in 2006 when they rebooted Saturday Night's Main Event and they brought it back. Remember, they had, I think, Shawn Michaels and Shane McMahon on that first show. Even then, they had those backstage interviews with that background music to open the show. I thought that was a slam dunk. I mean, that was a gimme that they would open the show like that, and they didn't. That was one of the biggest surprises of the night. I go, how can you not have those iconic old school classic interviews to open the show? So we didn't get that. But again, up and down the show, they had the old metal guardrails, no stage in the way that we see them usually on Raw and SmackDown. They went with a long aisleway, which we see them use for some of the PLEs, but it was lined with the old metal guardrails. There was no ramp or anything like that. It's still weird to, as we did on this show, see the WWE talent as they're coming to the ring so close to the fans. Everything now is like so larger than life, and the fans seem so removed from it when they come out to the ring. And it was like that in the Attitude Era too, when they had that giant ramp, right? You couldn't exactly reach over and touch your favorite wrestler. There was a separation there that didn't used to exist that started around that time period. And so tonight it was weird, as they came down the aisle and they're so close to the fans. You could even tell like Gunther when he came out for his match. He was like, "Don't fucking touch me." He's like throwing his hands in the air. Kind of like Eddie Edwards in the TNA show last night. So again, I like that aspect to it. We have the red, white, and blue ring ropes, which I think they should bring back full time. I'm sorry. Even if it's just for pay-per-views, I don't give a shit. It's just it just looks great. Bring back the old red, white, and blue ring ropes. They have the block logo, the old block letter logo. Obviously, it said WWE instead of WWF. They had that on the turnbuckles. And the referees, dressed in the old school powder blue shirts with the black bow ties. They did that also when they used to have those episodes of Old School Raw. Remember they used to do those? I think those started around 2010. They did something similar with the old referee shirts and the red, white, and blue ring ropes. We even had a fan in the front row cosplaying as the Macho Man, Randy Savage. So technically, we had the Macho Man here on this new edition of Saturday Night's Main Event, which was nice. So I enjoyed those elements to the show. I enjoyed hearing Jesse Ventura, back on wrestling TV. Yes, he's older. He's 73 years old now. He's got scraggly gray hair. It's not exactly the Jesse of 20 or 30 or 40 years ago, but he still got that voice and he still has it. He still has it. He called one match tonight. Only the main event. That's all he really had to call. Otherwise, he was one of the hosts of the show, he and Joe Tessitore. And clearly, they had prepared remarks for him to read off of, which is understandable because he doesn't know fuck all about the product. You think Jesse Ventura is sitting at home in the Baja watching Raw and SmackDown every week? Give me a fucking break. But I thought Jesse did well, and I'm looking forward to seeing him and hearing him on future broadcasts because if you're not aware, he's going to be a part of every single Saturday Night's Main Event coming up in 2025, including the next one, which is coming up on the 25th next month in San Antonio. He'll be there as well. So we got a lot to cover here in this review, but this is your Saturday night's main event review for December 14th. 2024. I am the Solid Monster. Thank you for joining me here on a Saturday night. Feels weird to be here doing a Saturday night's main event review, but I dig it. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button as well. Super chats are open. We do have a goal in the chat for the Magentas, which if we hit that goal, we'll do a Saturday night's main event themed bonus edition of Be the Booker. So go ahead and check that out. And you will see them popping up on your screen here as we go along. I'll unpause them. I know we're a little backlogged here, so bear with me. Yes, Saturday night sound off. I like the sound.
And the what's that? They were like, no way, that WrestleMania is over.
The show opened with Joe Tessitore. He was checking in.
This match did not end like the way it did.
While they showed a shot of the New York City skyline, followed by a shot of the Nassau Coliseum outside, which is where tonight's show took place. And then they went into the proper intro to the show. They showed they showed an old CRT television and somebody flipping through the channels until they landed on Saturday night's main event. And of course, they spliced in highlights from the original years, the early years of the show, some classic moments. A lot of them with Jesse Ventura on the call, no Vince McMahon, which is not a surprise. I am thankful that at least on their Vault channel on YouTube, they are not editing out Vince from, commentary, which would be damn near impossible. It really is. It's impossible. I mean, you'd have to leave out so much of their back catalog if you did that. But they weren't on McMahon and his toupee. Iffy. We've got an entrance. We have not seen Pat in a few months. This time of year, he leaves. He goes off to do College Game Day. Michael Cole and Pat McAfee will be the official announce team for Raw once it moves to Netflix on January 6th. So I would imagine that Joe is going to be in the three-man booth with Wade Barrett and Corey Graves on SmackDown on Friday nights. And SmackDown's going 3 hours as well. Not only Raw, but SmackDown's going to go 3 hours. Having a three-man booth, that just makes sense for that show. So he was all amped up to be here live on NBC. Entering through the modified entrance set, which was all LEDs. It was basically just like an LED. I was kind of hoping they would go a little more old school with the entrance and maybe on it. We're going to talk about that shock angle I mentioned in the title of the stream tonight when we get to the main event a little bit later on. And just checking some stuff here to see what the updates are. Coming out of the show tonight.
Who these people think they're talking to? You're not telling me.
We're pretty much caught up on all the news. Tell you, man, they keep shooting these off-air angles, and stuff happens when the show ends.
Now you heard my
Hard to
son.
keep track
Go with some
sometimes.
dick in your
Now,
skin.
this
You will know
match here
better
with
than him. You will
McIntyre
like
and
to see
Sami
it.
Zayn.
But we expect
This
to
match
see
was
your
not
revelation.
originally
You
planned
also
for
owe
the
my
show.
wife an apology. For
This
the
match
nasty look.
was originally
For
going to
the
be Seth
ignorant,
Rollins against
unprofessional,
Bronson
nasty
Reed.
look that you gave me.
And the two of them were going to blow
And
off
we're
their
gonna see
feud on this
revelation.
show, probably with a Seth Rollins win,
A public
I would
defender's
assume.
office to hold him accountable.
Reed obviously got hurt in War Games. He broke his foot coming off the cage. Just had
Based on
successful
what I
surgery
saw,
the other
I'm
day.
giving a
He's going to
complaint
be
on
out for
3
some time.
to the defense,
So
the
in
state,
its
and the
place, they
judge.
called Drew McIntyre back earlier than originally expected. And we ended up with this match here on the show. Zayn sent McIntyre to ringside early and hit him with his Arabian Press moonsault out to the floor. Drew came back a few moments later and he curled Sammy over the announce desk, which took us into a commercial break. Sammy avoided McIntyre when he came charging into the corner, and Drew posted himself shoulder first. Sammy went for the haluva kick. McIntyre cut him off and hit a spine buster.
I'm only going to address
So
him.
Drew hoisted Sammy up on his
I
shoulder.
will
So
only
he went to
address
the middle
America.
rope, setting up for white noise.
Despite
Sammy countered out of it into a sunset bomb, got a hot near fall out of it.
I'm only going to
McIntyre
address him.
stuffed the Blue Thunder Bomb attempt. He dropped Sammy with a Glasgow kiss.
I do.
Then he counted
only
down
gonna address him.
with a Claymore kick, and he went for the kick, but Sammy cut him off with a kick of his
No
own.
matter how disrespectful.
And then followed
and
up.
how
Finally hit the Blue Thunder Bomb,
Blue
got a
Thunder
good near
Bomb.
fall. Sammy was setting up for his finish.
Yep.
McIntyre rolled out to
Look at
the
me,
floor,
Reed.
so Sammy followed him out
I
to the
just
floor.
I'm gonna ask
Drew
you
got back into the ring, so when Sammy got back into the ring, McIntyre caught him with a Claymore kick, and he pinned him.
And I told no.
Just like that. And Michael Cole pointed out on commentary the fact that Sami Zayn has never beaten Drew McIntyre one-on-one. He is still searching for that first win over McIntyre. They had a nice 10-minute match. This is one of those matches on this show tonight that could have benefited from having more time. I think this match could have definitely benefited from having another, I'd say, 5 minutes or so. But they were pressed for time. You had 2 hours and you had other championship matches. This was not a title match, but you had multiple championship matches yet to come. McIntyre is clearly targeting members of the bloodline. And more specifically, it appears he's targeting the people on that War Games team at Survivor Series. When this match was over, Drew posted a video on his Twitter account as he was walking back from the match, and he said, 1 down, 4 to go. The 1 down is Sami Zayn. Who's the other 4? Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, right, who we attacked on Friday. That's 2. Well, the other 2 members of the War Games team were CM Punk himself and Roman Reigns. Now, is he going after CM Punk again? Is he referring maybe to Roman Reigns, maybe and Solo Sikoa, maybe both of them? We don't know. We don't know who the other 4 are. But 1 down, 4 to go. Now, I mentioned this on the SmackDown stream last night that we have Tribal Combat now official for January 6th on Netflix. It's going to be Roman Reigns against Solo Sikoa. Depending on which way they want that match to go, you know, it completely depends on whether they want Roman winning or not. I could see Drew McIntyre getting involved and costing Roman Reigns a win against Solo Sikoa. Costing Roman Reigns something near and dear to him, the way that he and the Bloodline cost him the championship 2 years ago in Cardiff at Clash of the Castle.
Even though it was Solo who caught them. So why the hell are you helping Solo? Why? Because they're both heels?
Are they setting up a match maybe for Saturday night's main event next month?
You know, I hope not, because I'm not interested in that. I don't think Roman Reigns should be feuding with Drew McIntyre. Especially if Drew McIntyre going to be on Raw and Roman going to be on SmackDown. 2 are not going to be feuding. So I don't know what the hell they're doing.
Or
Because the
maybe
Rock
even
came back and
WrestleMania
fucked up
between
all the
Roman
plans.
Reigns
Drew
and Drew
McIntyre doesn't
McIntyre.
have match at
I don't know
WrestleMania, so
about
he's not
WrestleMania,
even
but
scheduled for WrestleMania.
seems to me like we're heading in the direction of that match at some point soon. 1 down, 4 to go. Trying to see. I don't think the. I know we had a bunch of super chats that came in. They're not showing up for some reason, so I'm trying to figure out why. They're through. They're coming through, and I'm going to read them later. But why they're not popping up on screen, I have no idea. I don't know. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. We're about halfway to our goal.
Oh my God.
Before the next match,
Bronson Reed came back
cut
after
to ringside,
joined.
and they showed some legends who were in attendance for the Intercontinental title. But Tito's first appearance on Saturday night, incredible. He got a better tan than I've ever had in my entire life. God bless him. Jimmy, you don't really hear any bad stories about Jimmy Hart. Jimmy Hart's a quality guy. Very rare. But for half a century, he worked for that company. So they acknowledged him on the air as well. And up next, we had our first championship match of the night, which was Io Sky challenging Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship. This is another one of those matches where I was hoping we would get a title change. We weren't going to get a title change in the main event. I felt, well, especially after that little tease of Rhea and Io on Monday night, I said, man, would love to see Io Sky get the nod here, win the championship, let him blow off Rhea and Liv as planned, then build to Rhea and Io at WrestleMania. I suppose we still could get it, but Io could go in as the challenger and not the champion. So I was hoping. Both women ended up on the apron. Liv went for a sunset bomb. Io, though, held on to. Not as good as the opener. I would have loved to have seen a title change here. We didn't get one. Obviously, they want the title on the line for the next Rhea and Liv match, which I understand. January 6th on Netflix. It just seems like the right place to do that match. That's still 3 weeks away. I mean, how long do you want to wait? You know, you wait until the next Saturday night's main event, dude. That's 6 weeks, right? The Rumble's 7 weeks. WrestleMania is even longer. How long do you want to wait before we finally end this? January 6th on Netflix. That should be the time. That should be the place. I don't know what Io's chances are of winning the Royal Rumble. I don't think they're great. You know, with Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch coming back soon. But she deserves to at least be in the conversation. Then they followed that up, the Women's World Championship, with the World Heavyweight Championship. And Gunther defending his title against Finn Balor and Damian Priest. Balor walked out with a bag over his head and JD McDonough at his side. And he didn't stay out there for the match. He retreated to the back. The two of them are losing their tag team titles to the War Raiders on Raw this Monday. Michael Cole, when Damian Priest came out, Michael Cole mentioned Priest being a New York Yankees fan and how the Mets beat them out to bring one. Didn't want to be touched by anybody, just wanted to get to the ring. So we started off with Gunther and Priest. They were teeing off on Balor, and Priest took over. Damian Priest on Raw, supposed to give him a power bomb, and it looked like Priest's foot, it kind of caught the steps on the way up, so he wasn't able to get him up, and he kind of held him there upside down for a little bit, and he muscled him up. The power bomb to Finn Balor, he stacks him and he pins him to retain the World Heavyweight Championship. Time for Finn to put that bag back over his head. This turned into a really good match down the stretch. Again, it was a victim of timing. The opening match with Sami Zayn and Drew McIntyre got more time than this match did. That match got like a minute or two longer than a triple threat match for the World Heavyweight Championship. You know, I don't agree with that. So they could have had more time here. But this is it. Like this should be the end now for Balor for now. For Balor and journey to the World Heavyweight Championship. Their attempts to become world champion. I don't know what that means for Damian Priest on Raw going forward. Honestly, it probably should mean a move to SmackDown as part of this whole transfer window that we've got these next few weeks. So maybe he'll be headed there like Braun Strowman was on SmackDown last night. And as far as now, before I talk about Balor, I should mention this. I did get a message, I did get a tweet from a fan of the show, Bill, who was at the show tonight. He did mention that Priest was limping badly as he left the ring, and he had the referee help him to the back. Now, I don't recall him selling the leg much during the match, or really there being a leg injury as far as the story of the match goes. So I don't know about that, but that's what he observed when Priest went to the back. As far as Balor, he's going to lose those tag team titles, I do believe, on Monday, right? He lost tonight. Now, it's all going to start to fall apart now for him. His world is going to come crumbling down. He lost tonight. He and JD McDonough are going to lose those tag team titles in the rematch with the War Raiders on Monday. And at that point, I still think the plan should be Balor gets booted out of the Judgment Day. Dominic Mysterio outsmarts him, gets the last laugh. Balor's been he's been razzing him. He's been bullying this kid. Dom gets the last laugh. Maybe he engineers a trade of Balor to SmackDown. But however they're going to do it, something has to give very soon as far as the Judgment Day. This is all leading to something. Maybe on January 6th, that could be the day. That could be D-Day, the Judgment Day. But I think Finn Balor could very well be headed for a babyface after he gets kicked out of the Judgment Day, if it works out that way. As far as Gunther, I don't know what's next for him. We know Goldberg is teasing his retirement match for 2025. They were teasing Gunther as a possible opponent. I don't want to see Goldberg come in and challenge for a fucking championship again. There are other people, namely Braun Breaker, who I think would be a better opponent for him. But you got to have Goldberg on the list. Maybe he's, in line to wrestle Gunther early next year. I don't know. There's no other kind of obvious challenger at the moment. So I'm very curious who is going to be next in line, and also, how the transfer window is going to play into this. We could get somebody move over from SmackDown. Who's to say that AJ Styles, once he's all healed up, and I don't know where he is in terms of his rehabilitation, the AJ gets moved over to Raw, and they can build him up as a challenger. Right? That'd be a first-time ever match that we haven't seen before.
And you prepare.
That would be kind of nice.
And then you run back.
I don't know. I don't know, honestly, who's next and who they're going to throw in front of Gunther.
I mean,
one
you can forget.
edition of Be the Booker here on the stream tonight, maybe two. We'll see. But after this, it was back to Joe Tessitore and Jesse the Body Ventura on the stage. And Jesse, who again was clearly on, was in TNA. This was a great finish. Chelsea is on the ropes. And Michin is down below. She reaches down. Michin is standing on the mat. She reaches down. She hooks her arm, right? She hooks Michin's arms. Then she rolls off the top, lands on her feet in position for her finish, which is the Unpretty Her. And she drops her for the Unpretty Her, covers Michin, and gets the pinfall to become the first ever United States champion that we have seen in the women's division here in WWE and possibly anywhere. For the first ever women's champion in WWE, Chelsea Green makes history here tonight. Crowd pop big for it because A, they were on Long Island and obviously the Matt Cardona connection, but they genuinely like Chelsea. They're entertained by her. They like her shtick. And honestly, Chelsea has had herself a great year. Now, the match itself was nothing special. This was your average fucking television match, okay? The match itself, absolutely nothing special. Nothing that you cannot see on any episode of SmackDown or Raw any other week. The finish was memorable. And it's a well-deserved win for Chelsea Green. Now, what it's going to matter in the grand scheme of things, right? It's a new title. It's a women's mid-card title. It is what they make of it. So if Triple H has some grand plan for these titles, the women's U.S. title, the women's Intercontinental title, and if he's planning on developing
The
stories around
problem
these
is
titles,
the
then maybe
tag
he
team
can do
title,
something
the
good.
mid-card
Do
title,
something
they are not
positive
been
for
defending
people like
pay-per-view.
Chelsea and Piper
So the
and
more you
Michin,
keep doing that, it's
Blair
not just you on the
Davenport
titles.
and Lash
They haven't been
Legend,
defending pay.
and all these women that usually are just kind of mulling around. They don't really have a whole lot to do because they're not in contention for the top title. The top title is occupied by people like Nia Jax, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, and soon Charlotte Flair, Io Sky, and Becky Lynch. So what do you do with some of these other women, right? It gives them something to do. That's going to be incumbent on Triple H. Whether or not, he wants to invest the time and the energy in coming up with interesting
You say
stories
it's
for these
Steve
women,
the man.
it's not going to be
Don't
on
forget what
Chelsea
they did with
Green.
Austin Theory.
It's going to be up to creative Triple H and the powers that be. So, time will tell, right? We have no way of knowing right now. 6 months from now, we'll look back and we'll see if this was a worthwhile endeavor, adding a new championship. But, I look at, specifically looking at Chelsea Green, that was starting to become the knock on her. Then she got released. I think in 2021, they cut her. And I think it was a text message to Triple H one day. She's like, you know what? I'm going to take the initiative. Text Triple H. It led to her return to the company. And look at where she is now. Right? She's on NBC. Return of Saturday night's main event is brand new champion. Ventura has done matches. 15 years since the last one that we heard Jesse Ventura's voice on commentary. He congratulated Cola McAfee for sitting there in their cushy seats making all of this money. Come January 3rd and January.
All right, let's see what JD from New York had to say. Now let's watch his review for a bit.
January 6th. As far as everything is the presentation and the feel and the crowd, the energy, Jesse Ventura being there, everything that you've come to know and expect from a WWE show as far as the presentation, they nailed it. But every single time, man, especially on a show that has commercials, especially something like this, where it's going to fill in those gaps for a special show where there's sometimes going to be a PLE to follow, sometimes in this month where there is no PLE. This is considered the PLE for December. Way too many commercials, man. I don't know what it is. I was going back and forth with Jesse on text. He was doing a live reaction show on his YouTube channel, and he texted me. He's like, bro, this is like fucking ridiculous with all the amount of commercials that we're getting. And I said, I know, man, it's bad. It is very bad. WWE has fallen into a trap. They've fallen into this comfort zone where it is the same thing every single show that you watch. It doesn't matter what it is. A show like tonight, Monday Night Raw, video packages and highlights and setup and all this stuff, which I appreciate. I do. I'm never going to shit on that type of thing. But then we get to the entrance, we get to the theme music, we get to the ring introductions, then the bell rings. And 90 seconds into the fucking match, we get a commercial break. It's like, man, I just want to watch fucking pro wrestling, man. We watch these stories play out on a week-to-week basis. And then we get the hype, we get the full package, we get the presentation, we got the energy, everything is flowing the way that it needs to be. Bell rings, we are going to get this story on the road. Commercial. 90 seconds in, commercial. By the time we get back from the commercial, it's 3 or 4 minutes. And then they don't really leave you much time for the pro wrestling. We get 3 to 4 minutes of commercial, and then we get 6 or 7 minute stops of in-ring action. It's almost as if they are begging you to go buy a ticket to watch them live so you get the full experience, non-stop, uninterrupted. But I'm not paying $2,000 fucking dollars to go sit at Nassau Coliseum to go watch Saturday Night's Main Event when I had a beautiful 66-inch TV in my living room and the comfort of my own couch and my espresso and tonic on ice. Not doing that. It's just the same old shit, formulaic, back to back to back. And I don't want to start the show off on a negative. But I wouldn't be me if I didn't highlight the wrong in what these companies do, whether you're WWE or AEW. Rush. That's the only word that really comes to mind, man. Rush. I just felt like we needed more. Now, granted, it's a 2-hour show. They were allotted a 2-hour time spot, but I just felt some of these matches just needed more. You know, maybe that's what they're going for. I don't know. Maybe they just want more. They want you wanting more, and they're only going to give you a little appetizer. They're not going to give you a full-fledged meal until we get to a Rumble or a Mania. But I mean, Jesus fucking Christ, man! I just want to watch some great pro wrestling with some stories that play out on a Saturday night. Way too many commercials. As far as the presentation, they nailed it. Saturday Night's Main Event, you know, it was something that I knew of, but I wasn't really, you know, at that age when I was younger, my parents didn't let me stay up that late to watch anything, honestly. So, you know, all the memorable moments from Saturday Night's Main Event, I was either way too young to understand what the fuck was going on, or I was just coming of age and my parents didn't let me stay up prime time to watch Saturday Night's Main Event. I always caught whatever happened after the fact, or, you know, I grew older and I went back to watch some of the iconic moments that happened over Saturday Night's Main Event, illustrious history. But I very would never do wrong in that aspect. They nailed it from the opening credits with Obsession, the official theme this is Saturday night's main event. They nailed it with the vibe, the old school graphics with the new school feel, the old school roster.
Oh,
integrated into
my,
the open of the show.
I'm on your YouTube channel. I'm doing live stream.
Alright, you take a shower already?
Yeah, I already took a shower. I put the dishes away.
Okay, good, alright, thanks.
Standing in front of the old school podium, facing the camera off the side of the stage, with Joe Tess wearing a red bow tie.
We have to
and
edit.
Ventura coming on out wearing 5 feathered boas.
Poor man,
Yes, 5.
I have to edit
His
this.
signature sunglasses and his snakeskin vest. And he sounded fucking great, man. The most interesting aspect coming into this show was how they were going to integrate the voice of Jesse Ventura, man. He did not disappoint.
Oh wait, I
and I'm
suppose you're
glad
kept on
that
the
he's
ground.
on for every Saturday night's main event moving forward, as long as he can do it. As long as I can pay him, honestly. As long as he can do it. Not
Oh,
only
my
did
bad.
he open with Joe Tess, but he was great in the main event where he sat alongside the returning Pat McAfee and Michael Cole as a color commentator, man. He was ripping at Cody Rhodes,
Yeah,
man. And
I
he
will go on my
brought a
YouTube
little
channel.
sense of
I do a live stream where I talk about the show.
to the commentary booth, man. He was on it tonight. He knew his shit. He was going at Cody Rhodes. He was going at Dusty. And he just gave you a real interpretation
I have been debating
of who he is
do
following a wrestling match
do
in
live stream.
2024, man. I thought
Or
it was
do
great.
my
He
my
looked great. He
maybe on
sounded
my
great. The whole vibe of that was fucking awesome. The entrance, we didn't get any Titantron. We didn't get any big screen. They came out. They had one singular tunnel with the Saturday Night's Main Event logo on it. And the aisleway was very, very narrow. I mean, narrow enough where the wrestlers basically had to walk down the aisle and throw their hands in the air because they had fans on both sides of the aisleway, literally within arm's reach. Actually, arm's reach. You were able to touch full-fledged everybody that walked down that aisleway. And the aisleway on both sides, the old school silver barricades that we used to grow up watching around WWE's ringside area. They were not all around the ringside area. WWE still had their modern touch with the LED ring posts and the LED barricades around ringside and the prime station on ringside by commentary. But the original steel barricades were up and down the aisleway, and that was a great touch as well, man. It's like, that's the shit I grew up with, man. It's not going to be a norm, but I think it's great for 4 times a year, man. The referees, they wore the signature baby blue referee shirts as they did in the 80s and 90s before they went pinstriped with the bow ties. Excellent touch. We got a Macho Man Randy Savage cosplay sitting front row, right on hard cam side. You saw him everywhere tonight. If you were watching the show tonight on NBC or Peacock, you saw him front row. That was a nice nostalgic touch in the front row. They had the red, white, and blue ring ropes, which was great. And then the turnbuckle pads, the WWF old school logo, the old school logo, but modernized with the WWE logo on each of the turnbuckles, man. They nailed the presentation. Absolutely nailed it. And I thought they did an incredible job with that. So, as far as that is concerned, nobody is going to have a complaint, and nobody should have a complaint. As far as the action tonight, we're going to get into how these matches broke down. It was a very predictable show. That is not a surprise to anybody. If you watch any content creator who does what I do, if you watch me on Friday night, we went over a rapid fire preview predictions. If you watch me and Solomon Monster on Tuesday, we did predictions for Saturday night's main event. I think a lot of people got a 5 out of 5 on Saturday night's main event's predictions. Wasn't really any big secret. As far as the matches, I wanted more. They were fine for what they were, televised pro wrestling events on Saturday night in prime time. I wanted more. I wanted more wrestling, less commercials, which is going to be very interesting to see how WWE does this shit on Netflix. I don't know, but I hope that they minimize the amount of commercials. Man, it was over there at times, a lot, to a point where we didn't really get enough in-ring action from what we were watching at home. We had 3 championship matches tonight. We had, actually, no, it was 4 championship matches. It was 2 women's championships and then 2 men's championships. We had the World Heavyweight Championship on the line. Gunther defended against Finn Balor and David. Kevin Owens challenged Cody Rhodes for the WWF Championship, because I say F because Cody Rhodes brought out the iconic Winged Eagle Championship belt. And my God, man, it brought a tear to my eye looking at that. Absolutely the most beautiful world championship in the history of pro wrestling championships. He brought that out, brought it back for one night. We will talk about that and what happened after the show. A lot happened after the show, which is a big fail on WWE's part. I don't like this. And I'm going to go in on them for not delivering what everybody should have seen go tonight. So those are the 2 men's championships. Chelsea Green and Mia Yim were Meechin, the United States Women's Championship. This is to crown the first ever Women's United States Championship. Liv Morgan defended the Women's World Championship against Io Sky, which caused some outrage on social media. I don't know why. We'll make everybody smarten up here tonight when we go over that. And Drew McIntyre, he went one-on-one with Sami Zayn tonight. And what I thought was probably, I won't say it was the best match of the night. I thought Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes edged them out just a little bit, but that was the second best match tonight. And I wanted so much more of that, man. Drew McIntyre and Sami Zayn work beautifully together. Drew McIntyre is back to being one of the most interesting parts of both Raw and SmackDown, with what he is doing and the storyline that he is embarking on. We will go over all of that. And we will talk about the ending that should have been tonight, that happened when the live show ended. You guys go on social media, you will have seen people post fan footage of Kevin Owens delivering a packaged pile driver to Cody Rhodes at the end of the match. And he stole the WWF Winged Eagle Championship belt that Cody Rhodes brought back tonight for one night only. I don't know why that did not end the show. And then after that happened, something else happened. An altercation happened between Kevin Owens and Triple H, which again I will say, I don't know why that did not end the show. We got a lot to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. We are live on a Saturday night and on social media. Wanted more. Absolutely on fire, the crowd was. They
All right. Post wrestling gonna be interviewing pretty soon.
One of our more popular shows over at Post Wrestling Cafe, which is our Patreon. Also, while we're mentioning, if you want to throw it out there that we have about 9 more days left of our Post Wrestling Christmas jingle contest that is open. You can submit your jingles at forum.postwrestling.com. It is bookmarked at the top of the.
Whitley says she made a statement. Oh, showing the full. I'm surprised it's showing the full 16 minutes. How long this match was? 16 minutes? Not even 20 minutes. Now that's how that was after showing off the air. Kevin Owens ability Cody Rhodes and stole the title. He had an altercation with Triple H. We will go through that. This is Denise Salcedo gonna be talking about this right here. Cody Rhodes heel turn. Don't you mean Kevin Owens heel turn? Why just say Cody Rhodes turn and coming? I don't know why. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Yeah, so Kevin Owens attacked him. He hit that power driver. I'm not gonna show all of it. I don't want to show all of it. Just wanted to make sure you guys can hear it. Hey, it said Drew McIntyre doesn't trust Jackie Redmond. I don't know why. They had the augmentation with Cody Rhodes and Triple H. Hold on.
To the left, to the left.
So, alright. Now let's go back to this. Here's the full highlight to and this is the full recap of the Saturday night main event. Alright. Alright, now let's get back into Ginny from New York.
They took everything away from him and that made him into a babyface. Cody teams with Roman against Jacob.
Hold on.
Again, I question, it's more on the WWE creative side of things. Are they going to book Chelsea as the champion that gets that championship title for the first?
Hold on.
His storyline to become the new tribal chief. There wasn't really a major star on SmackDown to really feud with Cody Rhodes coming out of WrestleMania, which is more of a creative issue than anything. Cody worked with what he had. Then we got Cody versus Logan Paul. And then we got Cody versus Solo Sikoa.
I always talk about the pay-per-view,
So
not show the
if you guys
podcast.
are already down on Cody Rhodes' title run, I get it. A lot of it was creative. A lot of it didn't really get going until we got to the end of the summer when Roman Reigns got back and Roman Reigns made Cody Rhodes that much more interesting because we all know Roman's back. What he wants his Ulafala, he wants his bloodline back. He's a baby face now from what we've seen, everything Solo do. They made Roman Reigns into a baby face without actually having to do much of anything. They took everything away from him and that made him into a baby face. Cody teams with Roman against Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa at Bad Blood. We move on from that. And now Cody is in a situation where all through the summer he was battling the bloodline. And along his right side was Kevin Owens, and on his left side was Randy Orton. Kevin Owens took issue with Cody Rhodes, teaming with Roman Reigns at Bad Blood. And Cody Rhodes teaming with Roman Reigns at Bad Blood also had an effect on where Randy Orton went. Because Kevin Owens was so mad that Cody teamed with Roman Reigns and Bad Blood. Not only did it upset Kevin Owens, but it forced Kevin Owens to take out Randy Orton because Randy Orton, it came off that he was defending Cody Rhodes, and Kevin Owens didn't like that. Kevin Owens thought he was right. He didn't like that. Why would he be giving Cody the thumbs up after Kevin Owens spent 4 years trying to win back Friday Night SmackDown from Roman Reigns? He did not want all of his time and energy wasted, all to see Cody Rhodes turn his back and team with the one guy who made his career and his life a living hell. Kevin Owens is right. Kevin Owens also took issue with Randy Orton because he felt like Randy Orton was siding with Cody Rhodes and the decision that he made. The whole thing here regarding Kevin Owens is right. Kevin Owens has a very valid reason to be upset. Cody Rhodes did wrong. Optically, you want to look at it from a human perspective. If you want to look at it from a human being point of view, if you're thinking emotionally as far as a human being and what a human being would do.
I'm
Kevin
not
Owens
my
is
goal
right.
to convince you that.
Why would you stand for such shitty behavior? Cody Rhodes is the heel. He's not being perceived as a heel. He's not being presented as a heel. He's the face of the WWE. He's the WWE champion. But every action that Cody Rhodes has taken to get here is a heel. Kevin Owens is only doing what is right. Kevin Owens is only saying what is right. Kevin Owens is only doing what he feels is right. Any human being that is in his shoes would do the same thing. This is why I love this storyline so much. It's just what you usually are accustomed to seeing and cheering for as far as a pro wrestling story. It's flipped backwards. Like, nobody should really be siding with Cody Rhodes in this situation. Nobody. Why would you? You're perceived. You're told to cheer for Cody because Cody's the good guy. He's got the theme music. He's the champion. He's the face. He's the fucking $20,000 suit out there, right? He's Mr. Politician. Kevin Owens is the guy who comes out wearing fucking graphic t-shirts. He's got boxing trunks on. Fight Owens, fight. Nothing special about Kevin Owens, but Kevin Owens knows what's right. Kevin Owens knows what's wrong. And in this case, Kevin
I'm gonna
Owens
try
is
to
fucking
convince
right.
you. I'm gonna try to
This is the best
convince
thing
you
that's
to see
happened to
my
Cody
point
Rhodes
of view. You know, you used to be mad at Cody Rhodes too.
This is exactly
Because
what
Roman
Cody's
Reigns,
needed.
I remember
Not
Roman
only
Reigns and the
as far
Bloodline,
as
they
story,
took you
because
off for
Cody
18
is
months.
one of the best
They
storytellers
screwed
in the
you and Matt
business.
with him.
He's working with somebody else
They,
who's also a great
you
fucking
know, RK
storyteller in
Bros
his own
not a
right.
tag team.
And Kevin
Do you not
Owens. But what
understand
this
that
has
Roman
done,
Reigns and
the
his
energy that
bloodline,
Kevin
Roman Reigns is
Owens
the
is
reason why
contributing towards Cody Rhodes,
RK Bros
the
with
emotion in the
WSW.
story, the real life implications, the real human emotions that you're seeing
They
from
took
Kevin
out
Owens to
you,
Cody
they
Rhodes.
took out
This
Matt
is
Riddle.
bringing out another Cody Rhodes that we haven't seen all year. We didn't even see this Cody Rhodes on the build to WrestleMania. This is the Cody Rhodes that we needed. Cody on the road to WrestleMania was being fucking cucked out by The Rock. He was made to look like a bitch in front of his mother. But that was for sympathy. Now he's the champion. And now this is the Cody that we needed to see then. We're finally getting that Cody now. But the Cody that we're getting now is the Cody that we should have got then. And this Cody is more heel than the actual heel in this story, Kevin Owens. Cody's the heel. Kevin Owens is the babyface. And we're thinking out loud as far as human being, human emotion. I was looking forward to this. This did not get enough time. This did not get enough time. The last time these two wrestled was at Bash in Berlin. And there's no way what happened here, as far as an in-ring aspect, was better than what we got there. But this should have been given more than enough time. This should have been given at least 20 minutes. The bell did not ring until 9:47 p.m. And I knew we were going off the air at a hard 10 o'clock. We waited all these weeks for this show. We watched weeks of SmackDown to get invested in the story that they're building. And we get 13 minutes with a 4-minute commercial break thrown in between, but I will say it was a picture-in-picture. The one picture-in-picture break we got was during this match. But still, those really constitute as a commercial break because who the fuck is watching the actual action? Era 22, KO is the babyface. Listen to what I just explained to you. Based in men. I'm sure he got fucking emotional. But now, I don't know if it was a real thing or if it was a replica. I don't know.
Today is Indigenous Peoples Day. Tomorrow is Indigenous Peoples.
That's wise.
Hey, what's going on? That's weird.
He's on WWE programming. Congrats. That guy right there. Fucking terrible that would be. So that's how the show went off the air. This was a glorified house show. I had fun with it. It was disappointing, some of the match outcomes, because it's like they were just afraid to do anything major. Or it's also possible they're saving something for Netflix. It's the end of the year and they want to gear up for what's coming. I don't think he will. That would be kind of funny, but no, I don't think he will.
The ankle that Chad Gable injured with an ankle lock multiple times on SmackDown a couple weeks ago. And Jesse Ventura was quick to call it out. Owens regained the advantage by throwing Rhodes into the ring post and then doing a Randy Orton-style backbreaker on the commentary table, which Michael Cole called it out, very Randy Orton-esque, and then Kevin Owens looked into the camera before we went to the commercial break and said, and twiddled his fingers, "Hi, Randy. How you doing, Randy?" I thought that was going to be a little Easter egg. We go to a commercial break. Now, this was a picture-in-picture break. Kevin Owens, Cody Rhodes, injured ankle in the ring. He maintained control of the match. We come back to live action away from the picture-in-picture. Owens landed a swanton on Rhodes. Goes for a cover. He gets a 2 count. Owens decided to rub some insult to injury here, and he mocked Dusty Rhodes' signature punches to Cody Rhodes. He got met with Rhodes hitting his father's punches instead. Roles were reversed. Disaster kick by Cody on Owens. He goes for recovery, gets a near fall. Cody went for a Cody cutter. Owens rolled to the outside. Super kick from Owens, followed by them going to the outside, and he cleared the announce table to KO. Rhodes paid homage to Randy Orton with an RKO out of nowhere when Owens was trying to just put him through the table. So they're on the table, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, an RKO on Kevin Owens, very Randy Orton-esque, on the announce table. They go back inside the ring. Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens, they're in there. Rhodes hits a Cody cutter for a 2 count. Rhodes placed Owens on the top. Big-time superplex. Owens fought out of it and reversed Cody's superplex into a fisherman buster, avalanche fisherman buster off the top rope on Cody, which looked great. Jesse Ventura could not believe how devastating the move was and how Cody Rhodes kicked out. Great spot. Stunner attempt by Kevin Owens. That was met with a block and a crossroads, but Owens countered and pushed him right into the referee. So the original referee was out. He went flying through the ropes. He landed on the outside. Owens gets his stunner. He stuns Cody. Referee was still down. The crowd made a 10 count, and they counted at least 3 times over that Kevin Owens should be the WWE champion. No referee until a second referee comes out to make the count. Rhodes kicked out of 2, which gave him enough time to get some breaths in him and kick out of the pop-up powerbomb. So, second referee's now out there. Owens rolled to the outside. He looked to grab his steel chair. He took a swing of the chair. Nia Jax somewhere in the back is jealous. Rhodes dodged it and hit a Cody cutter. Crossroads onto the chair, and Cody Rhodes was the winner here by. Actually, I'm missing the second referee getting knocked out. Pop-up powerbomb happened, which was blocked by Rhodes. Second referee found himself knocked out by a big dive by Cody Rhodes. Owens, like I said, rolled to the outside to grab a steel chair. He swung the chair. Rhodes dodged it, hit a Cody cutter, and then he sees the steel chair laying on the mat. Crossroads onto the steel chair. After thinking about it, do I do it? Do I not do it? He did the crossroads on the chair. He threw the chair out of the ring, hid the evidence, goes to cover, 1, 2, 3, and Cody Rhodes cheats to win the match and retain the WWE Championship, and Jesse Ventura healing it up that Cody Rhodes used the chair. The guy who brought the chair in the ring did not use the chair. The guy who used the chair was the champion who cheated to win. Cody Rhodes cheats to win, uses the steel chair, crossroads on Kevin Owens on the chair. Second referee made the pin attempt, 1, 2, 3, and that was enough for the win. Nothing happened at the end of the show. You watching live, nothing happened at the end of the show. They went off the air with Cody Rhodes holding up the winged eagle. And all was good in WWE. Until the show goes off the air. And I go and grab myself a beverage. And I sit in this chair and I put on some good tunes for you guys to settle on in to the stream with. And all of a sudden we see on social media that Kevin Owens, via some fan footage, Kevin Owens attacked Cody Rhodes at the end of the match with a spike pile driver and laid him out in the ring. Took the Winged Eagle Championship, walked up the aisle with the Winged Eagle Championship, started gloating about what he did to Cody Rhodes. Out comes Triple H. Triple H knocks the belt, the Winged Eagle belt, out of Kevin Owens' hand. Kevin Owens and Triple H then engaged in a shoving match, and Cody Rhodes was then gurneyed out of the Nassau Coliseum on a stretcher and loaded into an ambulance. I have one question and one question only. Why didn't that end the show? I don't understand it. See, this is why these are questions that I would need an answer to, man. If I'm a journalist, and if I'm there and I have access to somebody there with any type of answer, I would ask them immediately, first thing off of my brain, why didn't that end the show live on NBC? I think that's fucking crazy. I find that to be ludicrous. I find that to be absolutely fucking batshit crazy. For all the shit we give the other fucking place about their fucking creative failures, I'm going to give it to WWE here. Under absolutely no circumstances should you be selling that on your first attempt at bringing Saturday night's main event back. There should be absolutely zero reason why you end the show in the most safest way possible, having everybody go off the app. Cody Rhodes Big Eagle, he beats him, he cheats to win, whatever the fucking case may be. And then we gotta go scour social media and find out on social media that the ending that should have been to this show live is all on social media via a fan fucking filmed video. I don't understand that. What is the
I hope it's lost.
half-witted fat slob take a video live at the Nassau Coliseum for what should be played out on television? Why? Did you want to send the crowd home happy with Cody Rhodes winning the championship? Because to me, I find that to be fucking so boring. You already played it safe. You played it safe at Survivor Series. You did nothing. You come into Saturday's main event, more safe by Triple H, more same old, more formulaic. Go off to your happy, hunky-dory Cody Rhodes. He's the baby face. He wins the championship. He wins the match, whatever. I want a little fucking evil, man. I want some evil to outshine the fucking good. I want some unpredictability. You do that ending at the end of Saturday Night's Main Event, I guarantee you, people are talking about it still 48, 72 hours past tonight. Talking about it going into SmackDown. That should have been on TV in front of everyone watching tonight. I don't know why they didn't do that. Absolute fail by WWE. Imagine the image of Saturday Night's Main Event going off the air after we got safe in all these matches. And then the one program that should not be safe, the one program that you've shilled to us as being unpredictable, only upper management's taking care of it. Kevin Owens is not allowed in the building. He's already pile drive Randy Orton. You want Cody Rhodes to beat him by cheating, and then you want to go off the air with Cody Rhodes holding up the Winged Eagle belt. Goodbye, we'll see you on Monday. And not give me any reason to fucking get excited. Everything that happened post-match should have been aired live on NBC and Peacock. The pile driver, him stealing the belt, Triple H and Kevin Owens getting into a shoving match, Cody Rhodes getting fucking put on the gurney and stretched out of the building. All of it should have been on television. All of it. With the crowd and the energy and Jesse Ventura and Pat McAfee, Michael Cole and commentary. All of it. Fail. I don't get it. Where do we go from this now? Clearly it's not over. Clearly it is not over. Where do we go? Well, it looks like with the pile driver spot, if Randy Orton's been out for fucking weeks now, Cody ain't showing up on Friday night. Kevin Owens has confiscated the Winged Eagle Championship. What does that mean? Is it truly one night only? Or is Kevin Owens going to heal it up even more so and become even more evil by confiscating the Winged Eagle belt because management is against him? Management wants nothing to do with him. He's obviously anti-establishment now. Nobody wants to listen to him. Nobody wants to believe him. Nobody even wants to give him a shot. Nobody cares about his grievances. Nobody cares that he's been right. So Kevin Owens is going to go and do what Kevin Owens wants. Kevin Owens is going to go into business for himself. Does he steal the Winged Eagle Championship, and do we see it again on Friday Night SmackDown? That's what I'm going to be looking for first and foremost. Now, it's a tape show on Friday. I don't know what they will be doing. I don't know what they will be splicing into the show. I don't know what will be airing on Friday night. Does Kevin Owens steal the Winged Eagle Championship? Secondly, we know it's not over. Does Cody Rhodes keep himself out of action for a couple of weeks to sell the effects of the pile drive? Do we get them coming back on January 6th? Do we get Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens for the WWE Championship? Is Kevin Owens going to Monday night, January 6th, with the debut on Netflix, still holding the Winged Eagle belt? Will it be the real world's heavyweight champion? Will it be the real WWE champion against the guy who feels like he was robbed of the WWE Championship? Who's going to be claiming that he is the real world's champion? Is that where we're going with this? Maybe we get some sort of stipulation match. Maybe we get Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens inside a ring very a la-esque Shawn Michaels and Razor Ramon at Madison Square Garden at WrestleMania 10, with both the real and the fake championship belts hanging above the ring, and we get a ladder match between Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. Then obviously that's when we see Randy Orton. Randy Orton comes back and he does whatever he's got to do next. January 6th, Netflix, man. That's where I think all of this goes down. If everybody else is going to be there and Roman's going to be wrestling on the show, there's no reason to believe why Cody Rhodes is not going to be wrestling on the show. Roman's going to be wrestling on the show. Reportedly, Punk and Rollins is going to happen on the show. No reason to not put Cody Rhodes in a ring on Monday, January 6th. I mean, that's immediately what I thought.
Well,
when I
they
watched
already
that clip, that's
advertised
immediately what I
Randy
got.
Solo. They advertised
Cody G.
Seth and Cody. I think they're gonna advertise
Cody
Cody.
G. Cody's the heel. Cody paid for his sins. Whatever they aired after the fact via the fan footage should have absolutely aired on Saturday night main event. I don't know why. WWE does this shit, and they continue to do it just to build interest through their social media means. I don't get it. Just give me the fucking angle and play it out on TV. There's no reason to hide it behind X. Thank you guys for all of your support, man. I thought it was a thumbs up show tonight, just based off the fucking nostalgic feel of it. The next time we get one of these is January 25th. And that's going to be 1 week before the Royal Rumble. But I thought they hit a home run as far as the presentation is concerned. I thought, as far as the feel of Saturday night's main event, this is going to be a must-see event 4 times a year. Normally, nostalgia runs out and runs dry very quickly. They do this 4 times a year, man, with this presentation. I'm all for it, man. I think it's fucking great. I really do. Excellent stuff tonight. Too many commercials. Would have liked a little bit more pro wrestling to see these stories play out. I felt like we didn't get enough of that. And then the ending, man. The ending should have absolutely been on television, on the live feed. That's exactly the way they should have went off the air on Saturday night. Thank you guys for a great stream, man. We had 3,400 people in here tonight. I
appreciate you guys too. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support. I made this a lot longer than what I should have, but it was a great video, great review, a very good pay-per-view. Hey, CM Punk was at the show. He on Saturday Night Main Event. He shared the moment with Coco Beware, so he was there. I'm surprised to see him there.
WWE Saturday night's main event came back to the.
All right, so guess I'm gonna stop the video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support. Hit that like button. Leave a comment. Please subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comment section if you guys want to see more. I will do Monday Night Raw this week, and I think I will show a recap of Saturday Night Main Event. And I will talk about the show, and then we'll talk about Raw. I think Monday Night Raw is gonna be live. SmackDown gonna be pre-taped this week. Now I don't know if I'm gonna do more live stream with my phone to talk about wrestling, or if I should upload it to my PS4 while I'm playing, like wrestling or NBA or something like that. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Now I just want to let you guys know I will make some. I think this week I will continue playing Mafia 3, and I will do some Grand Theft Auto 5 online. I will play that. So until next time, I'll see y'all later. Yeah, so thank you for watching. Yeah. I'll see y'all later.